again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, all ready to go with another big week of championship wrestling. David, I don't know when we've had as much new talent coming in as we do today.
We got a bunch today, I want to tell you. Well, first of all, we're going to have the fabulous ones here. Of course, everybody knows the fabulous ones. They're going to be here today. Then, Abdullah the Great will be here with Sonny King.
Yeah, Sonny
back
will be
in the
back.
area. Yeah, and Kenya Condori also will be here today. He'll be wrestling in a single match. We'll have Jacques Rougeau going against Dutch Mantel. Should be a good one, but that's not all. The expiration of time match today, 10-man tag team action. The total weight of the wrestlers in the ring is going to be over a ton, 2,300 pounds of wrestlers in there. We'll have the Destroyers, the Invader, Marauder, Jesse Barr, Sweet Brown Sugar, Jerry the King Lawler, Terry Taylor, the King Cobra, and there'll also be another man on that side of the ring.
Oh, it's just the beginning of it, too, because I'll tell you, another young gentleman will be back to pay us a visit, and that's Rick Morton. We're going to be looking forward to seeing Ricky in here before long. And we'll be hearing from Bobby the Brain Heenan, one of the managers of notorious fame around. We'll be talking to Bobby, and all of that coming up. Let's get going. We're going to take time out and be back in just a moment. We're going to be ready to go into the ring, but golly, I'm going to take time out to do one thing, and that's to welcome back an old friend, Rick Morton. By golly,
It's a pleasure to be back home.
I got to tell you, this young man, from the first time we ever saw him in a ring, we said, there's a guy you can put the old mark on, and he's going to be a champion. Rick, you've been gone. I do have to mention that I saw on cable that you got your leg all messed up. They messed up your leg on it, and I'm sorry you're not back ready for action. How long is it going to be?
Well, Lance, you know, this I got my knee hurt in Texas, which the tape down on you see on U.S. cable TV is delayed for like 4 weeks. But I'm still under doctor's care, which I hope to be off by next week. Be back working out and be back here in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks?
Yes,
all right. Well, that's better than I had hoped, because we had just seen that, and of course, as you say, the tape's a little old.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back home. I'd like to thank everybody for the support they always give me on this.
Come on.
Come on, man. What is this, a Jerry Lewis telethon? Come on, get out of here, baby. We don't want to hear about a cripple out here.
Come on, get out of here. Somebody else have a
That's
word,
up to the
Rick.
top anyway.
I'm sorry.
Stretch always wants
You're
to
through, all right, boy. You are through. Get out of here, man. I'll have a minute escort you out of here.
Oh, can't let a day go by without adding a little cloud on it. Jimmy Hart and the First Family.
You know, I got something I want to talk about today now that he's gone from over here. You know what I want to talk about, man? You know what? I'm going to tell you what I want to talk about today. I came this close this week to quitting professional wrestling.
Really?
I came this close to maybe leaving this whole territory. You know why? You know why?
Why?
Well, I'm going to tell you why, baby, because of Eddie Marlin. That's exactly the reason why. Because, you know, I'm fed up to here with Eddie Marlin. He's trying to do everything to run me out of professional wrestling. You know, he is so mad. He is so hot at Jimmy Hart because I exposed him on TV last week in front of 350,000 people. I'll let him know that he has his favorite wrestlers, that he takes care of his favorite wrestlers. He gives them easy matches, but when it comes to Jimmy Hart in the First Family, he brings in the biggest, baddest wrestlers he can find. Well, that made him a little hot. But what broke the camel's back of the straw, whatever you want to say, baby, is when beautiful Bobby Eaton and Jimmy Hart had the brainstorm of taking the Masked Marauder's mask and putting on Bobby Eaton, and he hit the ring and painted Coco Ware in the middle of the ring. Well, that got Lawler hot, that got Eddie Marlin hot, and they got Coco hot, but so hot that Eddie Marlin went home and he thought all day and all night, and he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get even with Jimmy Hart and Bobby Eaton. So you know what he did? You know what he did, baby?
What?
He is taking the Mid-America belt away from beautiful Bobby Eaton. That's exactly what he's doing.
All right, now hold it, Jimmy. No further. You're going to stop. It is not exactly right. I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Tell us then.
About a month ago, Bobby Eaton won the Mid-America title. That's true. Had the Mid-America heavyweight belt. Then you got involved in some kind of a feud with Sweet Brown Sugar and Jerry Lawler. You've been doing nothing but wrestling in that. You have not defended the title once in the better than a month that you've had it, and the association simply says you got to defend it once every 30 days or they strip you of it, and all Eddie Marlin did was order a tournament be held to establish a new Mid-America
Well, he
champion.
couldn't do it
And
because
that's
he was
the
fighting
truth of
them
the
every
matter.
night, and that's the reason why he was fighting Lawler and Coco every night. Right, Bobby?
That's right. Who in the hell do you think had me involved in all these matches? You know who was had me involved with all these matches? It was that low-life, fast-talking, sleazy, conniving, fast-talking Eddie Marlin. Every time I turned around, he had Sabu myself
rice and sweet brown sugar, and Jerry Lawler. I didn't have time to defend my Mid-America belt, did I, Jimmy?
That's right,
I didn't
baby.
have time.
You know what? This was going to be a happy day for the First family because we were welcoming a new member. Get the camera on this man right over here to my right. This is Kenya Condori from Africa, one of the greatest professional athletes in the world. And we were going to have a party for him today, but Eddie Martin has ruined my party. Eddie Martin has ruined this whole TV show. And you know what? That's what makes me hot about the whole thing, man, because he is so happy. And you know what? And looking at you right now. Look,
Jimmy,
you know?
you moan and groan and talk about everything. If Bobby is so great an athlete and so great a champion, as you say, he's going to be in the tournament. You could expect him to win it back, so you got nothing to worry about.
Wait a minute, Russell. I see a grin on your face. You're loving this. You're loving every bit of this. Just look at that smile. Look at the smile on his face. You are loving every bit of this, aren't you? Just like Lawler and Morton and the rest of them. Well, let me tell you something, baby. The family will have the last laugh because he who laughs will laugh the longest, won't we, baby? And we're going to laugh awfully loud when this is over. Come on, Fergie. Come on, Sabu. We're going to take care of the fabulous ones now.
Okay, there you hear the same old spiel coming out of Hart with all of the complaints and everything else. What I told you is exactly true. Eaton did not defend his title. He's no different than anybody else. Dan and Steve, the fabulous one. Boy, what an opener, Dave. We got Fergie and Sabu going against Dan and Steve in the opening bout here. Certainly not, Jimmy. While Fergie's bouncing around, he's ready for the fabulous ones. He may not be so enthusiastic once that bell rings.
This right here is disgusting.
Jealousy will get you nowhere, Jimmy. Tremendous reception as always, everywhere they go. The exciting team of Stan Lane and Steve Kern, Jackie Fargo's fabulous ones, and they're out here ready to do battle. Steve tearing it up. Running for office, kissing babies, the whole bit. That's it. Ah, yeah. Love him. Got those new red bow ties on, Dave. All right. Bow ties come off. Now we're down serious action here. Dynamite opening. Tag action bout. And finally, from around that big neck, Steve Kern jumps the bow tie. Okay, David, let's have the official announcement.
It's going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit match. Total weight of 472 pounds. Over on the left from Atlanta, Georgia, Carl Fergie. From the Fiji Islands, Wild Man Sabu going against the fabulous ones, and I think we're in action.
That's just, hey, we're gone. Let's get underway.
Fergie, Sabu jumping the fabulous ones over in the corner. Everybody in the ring right now. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to straighten it out. Jimmy Hart in there. Hart nails Fergie. Stan Lane is ducked into the way. Jimmy Hart has just cost his team the match as he jumped in the ring. He was going to jab Stan Lane with that cane. Stan ducked, and Hart hit Carl Fergie. Now Fergie smacked Sabu and Hart. Yeah.
They're not going to do to me what they did to Sweet Brown Sugar a few weeks ago.
Carl Fergie. Old Carl comes around and says, no way you're going to pull that stuff you did on Sugar. What was the official time, David?
21 seconds. 21.
21 seconds from the time we rang the bell. And boy, let me tell you, the fabulous ones put another one in the W column over there as they got Fergie and Sabu. And then Hart, who was the cause of the whole thing, trying to blame it all on Fergie. Fergie wouldn't put up for any of it. This great tag team of the Fabulous Ones, they racked up another one in 21 seconds, by the way, gentlemen. You were loafing on it. Hey, listen.
Sorry it took so long, man.
I know that coming up is going to be, the coming weeks are going to be very exciting because the U.S. Tag Team Champions are coming into the territory, and I know that you all are scheduled for a U.S. Tag Championship match. You've already got the Southern Tag belts, and you're out for the biggie. And
You know, Lance, it's alone at the top. It's a vicious world out there, you know. We chose that song everybody wants you, right? Well, how true it is. Everybody does want us. They're coming from all over the country. They want our belts. With the Southern Tag Team straps that Steve and I have, we're on top. They want us. Well, we're ready. You know why we're ready? Because of these people right here. Every man, every woman, and every child. When we go around that ring and they hug us and kiss us and say, guys, do it for us. Hey, we're going to do it for each and every one of them. We're going to get those belts from you people, huh?
Stand. Let me ask you guys to stand here just a minute because the U.S. Tag Champs are managed by one of the most notorious managers in the United States. He manages Nick Bockwinkel, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby had some comments to say about this match. Let's take a look at it. Yeah.
My name is Bobby the Brain Heenan. I am manager of the world's champion Nick Bockwinkel. And the reason you people haven't seen me in your area is because it has come to my attention that I can't go to the south and sit in the corner of Mr. Bockwinkel because it has been blocked. And it's been blocked by a man named Jerry Lawler and a couple of his cronies, a couple of his friends, the Fabulous Ones, Steve Kearns and Stan Lane. Well, I've got a little surprise for everybody in the south. When Mr. Bockwinkel gets done with Mr. Lawler, he'll hide his head in shame and disappear so far south you'll never see him again. And the Fabulous Ones, Kearns and Mr. Lane, I want you to listen to this very carefully. Since I can't go to the south and participate in the south or be in the corner of my men, I'm sending 2 men down there. These 2 men wear masks. They are 6'5", 6'6". They weigh in the neighborhood of 270, 275 pounds. And that's a very good neighborhood to be in. And they're going to come there, and they're going to take on the team of the Fabulous Ones, Kearns and Mr. Stan Lane. Now, when the dust clears and everything's over with, they're not going to be called the Fabulous Ones. They're going to be called the Very, Very Sorry Ones. And then if I feel big-hearted and gracious enough, I might, when this is all over and done with, come to your small little burg and maybe bring my champion, Nick Bockwinkel. But like I said, these 2 men, they're the United States Tag Team Champions. They wear masks, and their names are, now turn your volume up and get a hold of this, the Executioners. You sleep with that, Mr. Kearns and Mr. Lane. I'll see you in the south very, very soon.
Well, you heard it from Bobby Heenan in there.
I just got one thing to say, you know, Lance. He did a lot of talking, but he's never really seen us in action. So, Mr. Heenan, if you will hear this interview, we got an answer for you. When you send them 2 big geeks down here with them belts, they'll be coming back all right after the smoke's cleared, but they'll be missing something because the Fabulous Ones are going to be wearing 2 sets of belts, Jack.
All right.
And that's a fact, Lance.
Okay, there they are, Stan and Steve, the Fabulous Ones. Good luck to you against the Executioners, and I hope maybe we'll have those U.S. titles. Okay. Nothing like them. There's something else. We got time out, and we're going to be back with more exciting championship wrestling in just a moment. Tuesday night is championship night at the Louisville Gardens. Here's Nick Bockwinkel, the world heavyweight champion, to give you some comments about his upcoming bout with Jerry the King Lawler.
My name is Gene Okerlund. We are in sunny Southern California. It is near here that this gentleman, world's heavyweight champion, Nick Bockwinkel, resides in Beverly Hills. And now Jerry Lawler, the King Jerry Lawler, and the world's heavyweight crown on the line.
You've cried and moaned and groaned, and I guess no one's allowed to be in my corner No one's allowed to be in your corner. You heard my manager a little bit earlier. As he said, when it's all done and over with, 3 of the South's favorite boys will be long gone. Now, Lawler, you and I have battled. We've battled extensively, nastily, and a lot of times you seem to want to blame other people. Now, who are you going to blame this time? You don't deserve this match. I should not have to step back into the ring with you, but somehow or another, maybe Stanley Blackburn, being a Southern boy himself, has found it to be sympathetic and give you this opportunity once again. Now, if I sound irate, if I sound hot, if I sound angry, you're correct. And I plan on doing something. I plan on taking this anger and this irateness and changing it around, putting it on the end of my foot, the end of my fist, the end of every twisting, pushing, kicking, stomping, and slamming motion I've got. I want to still be the heavyweight champion when it's done and over with, and I don't care what advantages they've tried to give you. It's not going to be enough.
Should be pointed out, much of this man's success has been when Bobby Heenan has been at his corner.
But that's not true.
Jerry Lawler, the challenger for the world's heavyweight
my
title.
dear friend.
We're out of time, I'm
Sure,
sorry.
so is Lawler.
Bockwinkel and Lawler. That's just one of the Championship Wrestling Night's big action shows. We'll have the complete card for you coming up just a little bit later in the program. Rick Morton in, and we want to welcome back Sonny King, who has been away for some time. He has not been gone. He's just been away from this area in there, Sonny.
Hi, Dave.
I know you've been causing a lot of stirs throughout the wrestling world, Sonny. Have a little recap.
All right, first of all, let me say something to you and to you as well, Dave. I'm not dressed like this to disrespect the show, believe me, because I respect it. I think it's great, okay? But when I went to Atlanta, they put me in a Yankee costume, and then there I was. And I'm me. Now, Lance, as the people know, I was on network television. I made challenges to everybody. And everything I said on network TV, just like I predicted, it came through. Now, throughout my whole travel, all around the United States, and I read in the magazines, Memphis was on fire with talent. I thought the top talent was in Atlanta. So then I figure out I'm in the wrong place to make the move that I want to make. So I went out and I searched every town I went to look for an athlete that I thought was capable of doing the things that I want to do in professional wrestling. Lance, now I could stand out here, scream, holler, tell you how great this guy is, how many people he's beat, how many people he put in the hospital, what all he's eaten, the whole bit. That's not going to say anything at all about the man. What I'll do is put this gentleman in the ring and let you people decide for yourself. And then you'll understand when I come back and talk to you, Sonny King is going to make his move in the Mid-South area.
Okay, Sonny, Abdullah the Great, we heard an awful lot about, so if you guys will head up to the ring, we'll sure be interested in seeing him because I have heard much. We'll be talking to Sonny sometime later on, and we'll get ready to go with our next bout. Sonny King, brand new find, Abdullah the Great, and we're about ready for the introductions, Dave.
It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match from Columbus, Ohio, at 217 pounds. Over on the right, Bobby Fulton, and going against him from wrestling out of Istanbul at 265 pounds with Sonny King as manager, Abdullah the Great. This match, one-fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun's the referee.
Okay, there's the intro, and Abdullah gearing down for the action. Crowd making a buzz at the comment of the haircut that Abdullah's wearing. He's in against Bobby Fulton. Bobby kind of looking at him with a sideways glance as he's not really sure what he's got a hold of. He's a big stocky one, Abdullah is. And with Fulton, fires him across, goes for the throat. Oh, right away. I get the idea of one thing. He's not going to spend up nights worrying about breaking a rule here or there, Dave. Ooh. Fulton put down on the deck again with another wild chop coming out of Abdullah. The referee said, break it up. Looked like he was working on the face. I couldn't really tell.
Face or a choke. It was hard to tell from the angle here.
Man, oh man. Bobby Fulton never got it going. Bobby has really been looking so very, very good, trying to battle his way back. He slugs away at Abdullah the Great, but not much happened. Abdullah right on top of him. He had a choke, no doubt about that one, and the referee saw it too. He's pressurizing Bobby Fulton in there, and the crowd trying to get Bobby to get his action going. Fulton takes another blast from Abdullah.
Wow. Right hand.
I haven't seen one solid wrestling move. Now he scoops up Bobby Fulton and slams him down. He used that chop, and now a big leg down across Bobby Fulton. Abdullah, who has Fulton outweighed by a tremendous amount, primarily depending on a chop, slams Fulton's head into the top turnbuckle. Bobby down and across the throat he goes. The referee counting on Abdullah. Well, he certainly hadn't been in danger because he hadn't let Bobby Fulton hardly breathe. No. Once again, Fulton in the air, and down he goes with a body slam. Dropping down across is Abdullah. What, 2 counts?
2 counts all, yeah. Bobby slipped it at the 2 count. Well, Bobby has been on the defensive all the way. He's been trying to avoid what he could, thrown out by Abdullah the Great.
Abdullah again going back for the chokehold. Well, he has quite a record in terms of winning and losing bouts, but ooh, power slam as he dumps Fulton down. That's it. And Bobby Fulton, who will have lots of regrets about getting up this morning.
Yes, indeed.
Because he's been going so well. Went in there against a very large, brand newcomer to our championship wrestling, but not to the wrestling world, Abdullah the Great. And he dominated, just literally dominated the entire action in there over Bobby Fulton.
Yeah, the time on it was 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Bobby put in the position of having to defend himself all the way through the match. He could not make a move to win because he was, there he goes, flying through the ropes down onto the floor, head over heels. The guy is, he was in total control. There's Bobby on the floor.
Abdullah and Sonny King taking you back out. Well, he got another win, but I don't know. We weren't all that thrilled and impressed. Let's take time out. We're going to be back in just one moment. Well, our parade of new talent continues as we will be looking.
Sparky did tomorrow. Let me tell you something, baby. He's going to pay for this right here. He's going to pay.
Well, you shouldn't be knocking your people around, Jimmy, the way you do. We're going to get a look right now at another new face. New member of the first family, David, Kenya Condori.
Condori. It's going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. At 209 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Robert Reed. And from Kenya, Africa, 219 pounds with manager Jimmy Hart, Kenya Condori. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun will be the referee.
All right, Hart collecting all of the material from Condori. Condori with a feather plumage upon his head. And he presents that to Hart. Condori, compact-looking athlete. Here we go, bell time, and he starts off with kind of a little dance of some kind, Dave.
Robert Reed knocked to the mat with the shoulder of Kenya Condori. There's a slam by Condori, and a powerful one, too. Condori, yes, dancing around the ring, smile on his face. Jimmy Hart stalking around the corner over here. Condori. Oh, a drop kick. Robert Reed, Kenya Condori. First look at, at both of them, as a matter of fact. Condori, the new member of the First Family.
Robert Reed, we've had her a couple of times in the past, Dave. It's been a while since we've seen Robert, a young fellow who has got his hands double-odd full today with Kenya Condori, newest member of the First Family.
Condori climbing the rope. Off the top rope. Referee didn't see him come off that top rope. Jimmy Hart had him diverted over here. There's a cover. 2 and 3, and Kenya Condori has the victory for the First Family. A little over a minute and a half of time on it.
Condori showed us that he has the material of which First Family members are made of. He showed us some good moves with a flying headbutt off that rope on Robert Reed. Got him for the cover, and look at him, boy. He cleared that top rope a good 2-3 feet as he went flying out there. He is an athlete, no doubt about that. He did it all with a rhythm, as a matter of fact, Dave. Yeah. The time again was what?
A little over a minute and a half.
Woogie! Give Kenya Condori a first win on our championship wrestling right here. You know, and there's been lots of more. You could go back and count them. They would be volumes of feuds that have taken place. It's kind of like how a couple of basketball teams will get a particular feud, or football or baseball or anything. And one of the more remarkable ones that has been in the annals of wrestling has been the feud between Jerry the King Lawler and Nick Bockwinkel, the AWA World Heavyweight Champion. They have had some absolutely just head-knocking things going on like you've never seen. We've got a little recap of some of the best action you ever saw in your life. Let's look at Lawler and Bockwinkel as they go at each other in various matches. Nick Bockwinkel, I guess the only word is abusing Lawler right now. He has really, from the opening bell, jumped him. Lawler being worked over by a real pro in Nick Bockwinkel. He said a million times, one of the smartest wrestlers around. He speared him. Man, this is not the wrestling you have come to expect from the world champion, Nick Bockwinkel. And right here in front of us, Nick Bockwinkel slams Lawler on the timer's table. Remember, no disqualification. Jerry slammed down on the timer's table, and Bockwinkel trying to pull the table out from under him. Crowd trying to bring Jerry along to help him get back. Lawler slammed into the chairs back into the front row. We're standing right over it. It's his right eyebrow. Lawler really... Oh, here comes Jimmy Hart from behind. Hart nails Lawler right in the back of the head.
Let me just tell you something, Mr. Bockwinkel. I went through a lot of trouble, a lot of time and a lot of trouble to have Bobby Heenan barred. So you think you're going to outsmart me by having your little friend, this wimp Jimmy Hart, sit at ringside? Well,
and Lawler and Bockwinkel getting rid of the niceties and getting right down to busting each other in the chops. He wasn't successful. Oh, boy. He blasted Lawler with that one. Bockwinkel pile drives Lawler into the floor. And the referee sees Lawler dump Bockwinkel as Nick was going for another pile driver. Boy, double right hands, and Bockwinkel and Lawler, who were both through the vicious 10 minutes of it, both stunned. They hit the deck hard, and Lawler and Hart up out of the chair gets away from Dundee. Dundee grabs him by the waist while Lawler turns Bockwinkel over. He's got him. But the referee trying to get Hart back from the ropes, and Lawler still got him covered. He can't get a pin. Lawler goes over and blasts Hart loose. What is this? Here is Jimmy Hart on here. And Jerry Lawler, we are dumbfounded with Jimmy Hart with no mask. And Lawler was rolled up 1, 2, 3. And the winner is Nick Bockwinkel in 11:22. The world heavyweight title goes to him. I don't believe it. I can't understand it. What is this? Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman under the guys. Look at that, Russo! Come here, Andy! Come here! Come here, Andy! Come here, baby! We got the brains! What is this kind of a thing? He who laughs the loudest, baby! Yeah. Memorable feud, no question about it. We'll be seeing more from Jerry and Nick. Right now, we're going to take time out. We'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, back into Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just one moment. I want to tell you about Thursday, February the 24th in Crothersville, Indiana. Crothersville Community School, sponsored by the Fire Department. Thursday, March the 10th, Columbia, Kentucky at the Adair County High School. More on that in the coming weeks. Now, Tuesday night, a big championship night. You do not want to miss this Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens. First, there will be a one-night tournament. That means it will all be over in one night for the Mid-America heavyweight title. You'll have Bill Dundee going against Carl Fergie, Dutch Mantel against Jesse Barr, Bobby Eaton against Bobby Fulton, Sweet Brown Sugar against Sabu, and then, of course, the winners in the semi, and then you will have the champion come out of that. Also, you'll have, for the first time, the United States Tag Team Champions, the Executioners, defending against the Fabulous Ones. Then a Southern heavyweight title match with Russo defending against Terry Taylor. And finally, the AWA World Heavyweight title with Bockwinkel and Lawler, all Tuesday night at the Gardens. Up in the ring in just a moment, the Southern heavyweight champ, Jacques Rougeau, will be going against the former Mid-America champion, Dutch Mantel. We'll be getting to that. As coming out right now, the big Canadian champion, Jacques Rougeau.
What is this? 30 laundry, boys. All right.
Hey, Jacques, can you knock that off? You come out here to play music or do an interview? I want to talk to you before you went.
To hear it out here.
Jacques.
So nice. Right on.
You going to talk to me, or you going to stand around and listen to something like that? Come on, Jock. Now, look, I got a couple of things I want to ask you about that. Okay, we said you were the champion. Can you turn that off? I'm not interested in hearing that.
Okay, Lance Russ. Would you rather if I went like this? Some days are diamonds.
No,
Some days.
I'm not interested in hearing any music. I just want to hear your comments. Terry Taylor has said to us that whatever, if there was ever any real genuine friendship, is totally gone, and the next time that he meets you in the ring, he's going to have the opportunity to do everything to you to get that belt that he
wants. A lot
wants.
of talking, Terry Taylor. Here's my talking right here. Let me explain something to Terry Taylor, all right? Have y'all noticed a young gentleman from Vera Beach comes out here, and he says, like the humble gentleman. Well, you know that man, I got to say, I had him beat. Well, if y'all noticed, they didn't show the end of that tape where I had Terry Taylor on his butt, and they had Bill Dundee come out here. You saw it, Lance Russell. Don't look at me like that. They pulled me off of Terry Taylor. They didn't pull us apart. Terry Taylor, let me just say something. First of all, thank you all my fans that keep supporting me. And second of all, I'd like to say, Terry Taylor, you ain't so humble in my eyes. You're a big hypocrite. What you say out here, you try to con the people that you're a nice guy. Well, you're not a nice guy. I went down the roads up with you, boy, and I know how you are. So when you get in that ring, another thing. Let me ask you something, Lance. Have you noticed that when Terry Taylor comes out here, he never talks about my drop kick? Have you noticed that, Lance Russell? You know why?
Maybe he figures you will.
You know why? Because about 2 weeks ago, the tape here on TV talked about my drop kick where I won that belt, and thanks everybody for supporting me.
Okay, well, you got one up here in the ring right now that we'll be looking forward to. I'll be interested in your next...
Can I play my music?
No, forget the music, Jock. Come on, let's get up in the ring and get ready to go. I don't want to hear any more of the music. Just head to the ring. Jock Russo, the Southern Heavyweight Champion. I think we can take care of that. Put it down here. Turn into the music hour here. Russo in the ring waiting for Dutch Mantel. This ought to be a whale of a battle, David.
Russo holds the rope for him, stretches a hand to shake. Dutch shakes hands with him. This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. From Montreal, Canada, 235 pounds, Jacques Rougeau. They're going against him from Oil Trough, Texas, 224 pounds, Dutch Mantel, and Rougeau drop kicks Dutch in the back. As Dutch turned to take his warm-up shirt off, Rougeau drop kicked him in the back. Mantel's head slammed into the turnbuckle. Rougeau right on top of him, throws him out of the ring between the ropes. And as Dutch slides down here on the floor, Rougeau comes after him. Look out. Dutch hammered into the table here. Rougeau takes him back to the ring, throws him under the rope. Rougeau right fist. And again, he hits Mantel. Whips him across the ring. Upper arm coming off the rope. And
I've seen a few guys before jump Dutch Mantel, brother. And I'll tell you what, the Dutchman, he doesn't respect those rules that much either. So look out, Jacques Rougeau. He won't forget what you did.
Mr. Rougeau better stay in control or he may find himself in trouble, and he's not in control right now as here comes Dutch Mantel back. Dutch fires him into the rope. Upper arm. Rougeau hits the mat. And the Dutchman coming back with a right hand, coming back with a vengeance as he was ambushed before the match ever really got started. A knee drop. Jams that spine. And Rougeau out of the ring. Referee trying to get Dutch to move back so that Rougeau will have some room to climb back through the ropes. There he is. He's not in any hurry to get back in there, let me tell you. Walking around down here on the floor, minute and a half gone in the match. Rougeau.
I don't need to waste my time with him. I got some championship matches coming up.
Rougeau just quit.
He's counted out. Referee just counted him out.
He just walked out.
Yeah, picked up the belt and left. Dutch wins it.
Jacques Rougeau just walked out.
Let me say one thing. I'm going to have to agree with Terry Taylor. Jock, I don't know how you can look in the mirror and call yourself a Southern champion. Because, baby, you ain't no champion in my book.
He doesn't mince any words when he's got something to say. And the Dutchman making his comment about Rougeau. We still got that big 10-man match coming up. Stand by. We'll be back in just a moment. Ready for the whole ring to fill up here in just a moment. We've got a 10-man tag match.
Well, when you have a 6-man match, you got plenty of people there for lots of continuous action. When you have an 8-man match, it's almost out of hand. And with a 10-man match, almost uncontrollable sometimes. You do not envy a man called the referee in this situation because he has 10 wrestlers he has to keep up with.
The Dutchman is the fifth man on that side of the ring, and boy, what an array. Sugar, Lawler, Cobra, Taylor, and Dutch. And okay, we're ready to go for the introductions, Dave.
10-man tag team match to the expiration of time on one side of the ring at a total of 1,183 pounds. The Destroyers, 1 and 2, the Invader, the Masked Marauder, and Jesse Barr. On the other side of the ring at a total of 1,118 pounds, Sweet Brown Sugar, Dutch Mantel, Terry Taylor, King Cobra, and Jerry the King Lawler. This match to the expiration of time, 10-man tag team action, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun. Let's see. All of them standing in there. We're waiting for a signal from the referee to ring the bell, see who's going to be starting. Looks like it'll be Sweet Brown Sugar for his team, and one of the Destroyers for his.
Gee, we're ready to ring it. Bingo.
Bell sounds, and here we go. Stand by, fans. Oh, drop kick by Brown Sugar gets the Destroyer off his feet. Sugar giving away lots of weight to the big guy of the Destroyers. The Sugar drop kicked him, fires him into the rope, dumps him over the back, over to the corner, the tag on the King Cobra. Cobra grabs the Destroyer, backs him to the corner. Drag out of the way as he peeled him out of that corner. Cobra with a cover. 1, 2. Hey, 2 count. He might have had a quick pin on him there, but he only was able to hold him down for a count of 2. Cobra tags Terry Taylor. Sets up the Destroyer for a drop kick. There's a cover. Count of 2. But the Destroyer able to roll the right shoulder up at the 2 count. Terry Taylor makes the tag. Here's Lawler. The King goes to work on the Destroyer. Everybody but Dutch Mantel now has been in for that team. While on the other side, this Destroyer has been in there all the way. As a matter of fact, where is Dutch Mantel? Double drop kick. Jerry Lawler, Sweet Brown Sugar, double up on him. Count is 2, only a 2 count. The other Destroyer started in there to break it up, but the guy that had the shoulders on the mat, able to lift the right shoulder just at the last instant. Brown Sugar in the headlock, put there by the Marauder. Marauder makes the tag on Big Jesse Barr, the Olympic wrestler out of Portland, Oregon. Jesse, part of Jimmy Cornette's dynasty. He's got some wrestling moves. We are looking at a 4 against 5 situation here. Dutch was out at the introduction, but I don't see Dutch over in the corner over there anywhere, do you?
Sure don't, Dave. We saw him in the ring. But in all of the action that's been taking place, we have misplaced the Dutchman.
Maybe he'll... Oh, Jesse Barr. With the right hand, pounding. Boko where? Sweet Brown Sugar. Sugar comes back with the right hand out of the corner. Barr staggered back to the corner, makes the tag on the Destroyer. The Destroyer meets the right hand of Jerry Lawler, the King. Got him off his feet. Lawler over to the corner for the tag on Terry Taylor. They double up. And the Destroyer hits the mat. Taylor picks him up. Now he's got him up in the air. Kind of half dropped him and half body slammed him. King Cobra in after the tag. Cobra got the 2 count signified by the referee. These Destroyers, both of them are big. Got a lot of weight to hold down there. And a couple of times the Lawler, Cobra, Sugar, and Terry Taylor team has gone for the pin, but couldn't hold him for the 3 count. They've got Cobra tied up back in the corner. Everybody holding him back here. He's having to battle his way out. Well, he kicked the Destroyer back out of the way, but the Marauder and Jesse Barr had to pull back to the corner. Now the other corner empties.
Everybody's getting into it.
Jesse Barr kept out of the ring as Cobra nailed him, but everybody else in there. Now Barr climbs through the rope.
A mask.
One of the masks is off. Yeah, the Destroyer. He went running out of here after his mask was pulled off. Well, it's even again. It's 4 against 4. Referee calls for the bell to be rung. Okay, there was a pin. I think it was King Cobra got the pin on the masked Marauder. He's the one in red, in the red mask there, coming out of the ring. He was pinned for the team of Lawler. Sweet Brown Sugar, Terry Taylor, King Cobra, and I guess Dutch Mantel gets the win and the mask. 4 minutes, 15 seconds the time.
So they not only got themselves a mask taken off in there, but they got the win to boot. And you know, situation, and it's happened before, Dave, and it's just that the excitement, and if you ask anybody to do it, I've had people say, how in the Sam Hill can you not have seen so-and-so in a ring? Just like you said, I was watching Lawler right here in the corner banging away.
And meanwhile,
right over there, the pin is going on in the ring. The only thing that I can relate that to is imagine the problem of that poor referee who is in the middle of all that stuff, and he's not sitting back here looking at it.
It's easier to see from here than it is in the midst of all of it with all those, over a ton flying around on all sides of it.
Man, and they were going at it for a living fact. We had one of the masks of one of the Destroyers ripped off, and we also had the Marauder pinned in the ring in there. So it was a whale of a fall of action with that 10-man action. I know one thing, we're going to have to check the clock. We will take time out, and then we're going to come back to find out whether they have any more time for wrestling action. We'll be back in just a moment.
All right now, a chance to talk a little bit more about the big championship night coming up Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens. Son of a gun, it's going to be something else. That Mid-America tournament is going to start out with 8 entrants in there, one of those being Bill Superstar Dundee, whose first round draw is Carl Fergie. Of course, the others will be Mantel and Barr, Eaton and Fulton, Brown Sugar and Sabu.
That's right, Lance. I'm sure Hart's out here screaming and hollering. He got a raw deal that you never took it off Bob Eaton. He's going to help get it back. Well, I don't mean to be bragging, Lance, but on a one-on-one situation, I got more wins on any of them guys than they got over me. So, Hart, if you come near the ring, if I get down to me and Eaton, brother, and you come near that ring, I'm going to kick your teeth right down your throat, and that's a promise from me to you.
It's going to be a tough tournament. Good luck to you in there, Bill. In addition to that, a U.S. Tag Championship, the Executioners for the first time in the Gardens, a Southern Heavyweight title, and then the World title, when Nick Bockwinkel will be in there with Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry, you've beaten this guy before.
Well, Lance, that's true, and the thing that I'm really excited about this is the fact that this is the first opportunity that I've ever had to face Nick Bockwinkel, or any world champion for that matter, in Louisville, Kentucky. The Louisville fans have been fantastic. You know how they've been to me over my career, and I asked for this match to be in Louisville because, I wanted to, more or less, he's always complaining. He wants me to come to the West Coast to wrestle Nick Bockwinkel. I want this one in my backyard, and Bockwinkel, that's where I've got you, brother. There's going to be no outside interference. I don't have to worry about anybody like Andy Kaufman or Jimmy Hart, any kind of outside interference, and he loses the title, Lance. The belt goes to me, and that would tickle me to death. But I don't think there'll be outside interference. It's going to just boil down to Nick Bockwinkel and Jerry Lawler, and we're going to see who the true world champion is, and I want to win this for the people in Louisville, Lance.
Okay, Jerry, good luck to you. I'll tell you, that's one thing everybody in the world would love to see happen right there in the Louisville Gardens, and that is the fact that Jerry the King Lawler become the new world heavyweight champ. You may have that opportunity Tuesday night, championship night at the Louisville Gardens.
Whoa, we pretty well filled the ring up and filled our time up, too, Dave. We're not going to have time for any more falls in that 10-man tag match. Maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, maybe it is, too. I tell you, the action hot and heavy there, as we expected. As we said, 6-man is tough. 8-man, you got lots of action. With 10 men in there, how can you ever keep up with it? And it was tough to keep up with. Opening match of the day, fabulous ones, going against Sabu and Fergie, and the Fabs did win the match. Only took them 21 seconds. Jimmy Hart interfered in the match. He came in with a cane. Stan Lane ducked out of the way, and Hart hit Carl Fergie with it. Fergie was subsequently pinned. 21 seconds, fabulous ones, take home the victory in that match. Sonny King came in with his new find, Abdullah the Great. Abdullah the Great winning in total control of the match, as a matter of fact, over Bobby Fulton. That one went a little over 3 minutes. Then it was Kenya Condori, the new member of the First Family, brought in here by Jimmy Hart. Condori, interesting to watch in the ring. Well, he's very loose on his feet all the way through the match, and he defeated Robert Reed.
I think he's an athlete. I think it just sums it up. That's what he is.
Very good description. Then Jacques Rougeau, Dutch Mantel. Rougeau said he'd had enough when Mantel got the upper hand. He walked out of here, was counted out. Dutch Mantel gets the win. Then Sugar, Lawler, Taylor, Cobra, and at the beginning anyway, Dutch Mantel winning over the Destroyers, the Invader, the Masked Marauder, and Jesse Barr in the 10-man tag match.
That was a whole bunch of it today. We do all that in one show?
Yes, we did. And more next week.
Next week we'll have a bunch more. You be with us. Until then, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.